Does this have the back or the side?
The back.
The back.
Ano ba to?
You guys already did.
Ganyan yun.
What is it?
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm
Ganun.
confused.
Ganun mo. Ganun.
Oh. Wait, what?
Hindi.
Yeah.
Sige.
So normally it would be
Ikot mo.
the
Ang gulo.
booty
Ito
press.
talaga sa gilid yan mapupunta. Ang gulo mo. Ano yun, ha?
Booty press.
Ang gulo na
Sorry.
Tapos ganyan.
If it'll reach, I don't think mine can reach.
Yun lang. Yung ang problema doon pag
I don't think mine can reach.
ay, pucha.
So we're not the only ones.
Ay, hindi. Paano to?
So we like suck it in.
Can I change mine?
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't think I can.
Ayun na, yun. Oo, bakit to? Kala. Ito na.
Yay.
Tama naman, doon, diba? Tama.
Do the other
Can someone
programs
help
have
me?
like those little thin jackets?
Ayaw ko
like those
umabot,
things that they wear?
matabako.
Is there any extra for you guys to try on?
Later on.
No, that's okay.
Later on, go.
That's okay.
And 3 sets of, ano, cup.
What is it?
Three of them.
One on your head, two on your feet.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds.
Okay. Okay, you guys are doing your gloves and sterilizing those. And you guys, so we'll practice with the syringes today. Okay, cool.
Gumalabas
So,
yung
carbon up. We already did our septic tank washing. Then you're gonna put your gloves on after.
I'm trying to put on the
Put it over my jacket. First
Did you grab gloves and a syringe?
Ooh, I feel weird.
Yeah, put,
Renee, did you
put
already
first your...
practice with this before, huh?
Tapos maglagay ka na ng gloves.
Are you laughing at me?
Yes, we're wearing hairnet on our feet. Grab a syringe. 3 hairnets and something.
Ah,
Oh, perfect.
3 hairnets.
nice. Smile. Hey, hey. Smile. Ay, lalagay ko sa YouTube ko, no? Mga ganyan ka. Sige.
Yeah, that's good. I practice with
Smile.
the
I just downloaded to YouTube for YouTube for my YouTube channel.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I have 1,300 subscribers. Yeah, really, I have.
Really?
I'm not joking. But I do unboxing. Really? You think I'm joking? I have someone believe me.
right? We all,
I have fans, you know. Check.
Electric fan or what?
Electric fan, industrial fan.
the hair ones that have
2 followers.
as a
Tula, TikTok,
sorry, did I spray?
No. I was like, I forgot about the alcohol.
20 na lang. 25 na yung channel ko. What?
You're on TikTok too.
Natin.
Right?
On my channel, I do unboxing, you know.
Sorry.
I bought lots of stuff and then I unboxing. Hindi na so.
I like to see it all.
Oh, you did?
they're doing the glove part, and then they're getting their syringes. And then you should still get these things. All right, cool. So we did, of course, our aseptic hand washing out of order, but you guys at least got to practice starting with the proper order. I like the way that she said it, you know, dirty is to cleanest, right? And then shoes are terribly dirty. And then, you know, we've got our mask in our hair, net, we aseptic hand wash, and we come back, we get our gloves on, and aseptic spray, isopropyl alcohol, gather our materials. Which today we're just gonna do this here. Well, I don't know, we'll see. What's that? Good enough, okay. Because I want us to transition into this when we do get into sterile company, but I want you guys to be comfortable with the bargaining order first. So we all got gloves on, or almost. Everyone's got their supply of their syringe here. And gloves. So there's no like needles for them right now?
See, I'm not the only one with that same reaction when I saw it.
Okay. Is this from the other programs that they have, like they, whatever they order?
Does this normally go around her ears?
Okay. I guess they don't have that type of. This is good practice, so anybody squeamish or scared to handle one? Okay, don't be nervous. I always have somebody in the class with me. Everyone's comfortable. Okay, so like. Oh, an oral syringe? An oral syringe?
No, it's not illegal.
Oh, it's the one with the pop
Yeah,
top.
the big
Okay,
one.
got it. I hate you. Okay. So you guys have absolutely no needles, right? They don't go with them. Okay. If you could all get a package of needles, at least so we could go over the parts of it. Okay, are we opening up our needles? You can go up in our syringe. That looks like banana. Alright. So these. Those are not the ones, they don't go with those syringes? Oh. Oh, wait, is that a twisting one right there or no? Yeah, see if it will. That will work. Okay. That's why I like these ones that already come with it. So you're welcome to take yours out. So you guys can open up on your syringe part at least if you want to. Oh, did it work? Oh, perfect. Yes, yes, good. So what you guys want to do, since you have them separate, right? You have them all like separate. Open up your syringe that doesn't have the needle, right? And then when you open up your needle, you want to kind of leave it. You guys don't do it.
But
When you open up your needle, you want to leave it kind of open in the package, like, you know, like that, so that when you attach it, you're not touching, you know, since you guys are separate. You guys can practice separating your needle from your syringe. Be very careful. Yes, notice it's twist off. These are lunar lock syringes and needles. With needles, I mean. So that helps for the patient to not just, you know, pop it right off, because there are syringes that do have ones that just pop right off. We don't want that. These are the safest ones because you have to twist them. Now, be very careful when we move forward with these, because even if they're in the package, don't assume it's twist on tight. So what I like to do is when we are going to open it out of the package, just to make sure that's extra tight before I do anything with it, right? Everyone's got it? Everyone's got their needle on their syringe? So you guys, okay. So you guys at least got to feel how these specific needles are twisting on, right? So this is safer for our patients because they're not just gonna pop off. I think those other ones you had, the red ones were just those ones that pop off. Okay, so let's look at our parts of our needle here and our syringe. So we have the barrel, which is the part we touch the most, right? It's the longest part, right? It has all our measurements on it. What size are you guys using, 1 or 3? Cool, so are we. So you can see where that last mark is for 3 ml. So total 3 ml will fit in here, which is good because most vials are really small, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your flange here on the end of the plunger. This whole middle piece, notice as I go in and out, that is called the plunger, right? But the end is the flange. And that's the only part you can touch. Please do not touch the plunger when we move forward working with medication. It's of course not something dangerous medication, but in reality, we are never touching this. Why? Because it's in the inside where the medication is going to be, right? So if I was touching it like this and everything, and I pushed it back in, and I draw out my medication, that's contaminated because I've touched all of the inside of the barrel by touching the plunger, okay? So the flange is this end piece, right? We can touch that just fine. You can use your fingertips, pull it in and out. You can touch it on the end. Do not touch the inside part of it, right? Don't touch this plunger part. Never, never, never. You can touch the barrel because you're not touching the medication. Right? Okay, so let's open our caps. Now, first off, before you do anything, don't do anything. I want you to do one motion. Hold it sideways, pull apart. Hold it sideways, pull apart. And set your cap down. Okay? Now let's look at this guy. Please don't wave around, going all crazy. Don't do that. Alright, everyone take your time. Now we're on the side. Notice that we have kind of a slant, right? There's a diagonal slant there. Okay? That's going to be the bevel of the needle. Now we want that slant facing the ceiling whenever we're going to go into a vial. So that way you would be going like that, you know. Okay. But the slant is facing the ceiling. All right, the size of our opening in the bevel is our bore, right? Our bore size. So there's different sizes depending on how big or how little we're getting that medication. Okay? And of course the point, everybody knows that, don't let it touch you. Now when we're gonna cap, I want you to do something very specific. Place your lid with the opening facing you down in front of you. So it should be like this, straight in front of you with the opening facing you. Okay? We're gonna do the scoop method. I only want you to cap the needle this way. I teach this every time and I'm telling you, there's always some of you guys that do not listen and still put it back on. So please listen to this part. Okay, I want you to one-handedly scoop your needle into that cap opening and then click. Scoop and then click. So you can do it with one hand, right? One hand behind your back, scoop, and then you can click it, right? Everybody good? Good. So practice that again. We want to take it off. We want to go on the side, right? Side, one motion. Place it down in front of you with the lid opening, the cap opening facing you. One-handed scoop. You can even put your arm behind your back if that'll help you stop fussing with it. And scoop it, click. Everybody comfortable with that? It just takes time getting used to. You got squeamish people over there? Don't worry, we're not phlebotomy, we are not sticking anyone, including ourselves, okay? So, we practiced taking it off and putting it on, right? Now let's practice drawing, which you guys might have already done. We wanna, let's say, we're gonna draw to 2 mLs, okay? Now when we're pulling down our plunger, you see those 2 lines on the black part? You've got the top one and you've got a bottom one. We want to measure to the top one, right? Not the cone, not the points part of it, because when there's medication in there, we're not going to see that, right? It's the top line, right? There's 2 lines kind of our black part of the plunger. We're going to use the top line to measure where we are. So I'm going to, if you want to check their lines on the 2 ml, I'm going to check theirs. Yeah. So the way we kind of did we do it with the oral syringe yet? Not yet? Okay. So just like, yep, with the top one. Yeah, you got it. Yep, that's right. Yeah, you used the top one. See? Yes. I was like, where? Perfect. Yeah. See? Good thing is you guys are listeners, so we'll see how they do. Perfect. Cool. Yes. Yep. Well, I know you've already know how to do it probably. Yeah, perfect. See? 100%. Everybody good on the measurement? Nice. Twinsies. Okay. So, all right, so with the vials, I apparently didn't get any out. So with vials, they are pressurized, right? That's why they have those rubber stoppers. We always want to draw up how much we want to take from there. If you don't and you stick it in there and you try to take medication out, you will feel the pull. So let me get you guys have some of those sodium or the little vials. We'll practice with vials and I'll go get some from the closet. Okay.
Wow.
There's not enough because these are all different sizes. Let me see. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Everyone has a vial? Cool. All right. Oh, look at that. I put my alcohol, okay, well, and alcohol wipes. I had them already stacked up there. I know. Oh well. That's both. Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on, I'll get it with you. Sorry. Okay. Okay. We have alcohol pads. Do you have some? Yeah. Okay. You have your vial? Everybody got a vial, right? Everybody got alcohol pad, or 2 probably. We first want to open our alcohol pad and sanitize our vial 3 times the same direction. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3 on the top. 1, 2, 3. Not all crazy, not 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we are doing 2 mLs from this guy. Everybody still got their 2 mLs? Now, before you poke it in or take the cap off or anything, I want you to practice while it has the cap on, before we do anything. Remember, we want the bevel up, so with the cap on, we're looking at it with the bevel up, right? You can see it probably, right? Now, I want you to practice to put it in at like it's supposed to be like a 45-degree angle. So this is 90, so half of that is like this. So remember, this is 90 degrees, this is 45. Now, you're going in at a 45-degree angle, but then you're going to go down as you go in. Does that make sense? So kind of like a rainbow. Right? We're practicing that. Now, the reason... Yeah, so if we know that this is 90 degrees, it's like half of that. Yeah, like, okay, so the reason why you want the bevel to go in at a 45-degree angle is to prevent coring, which is when some of that rubber stopper gets in the medication. We do not want that. So if you feel like you're comfortable practicing going in or ready to go in, you're ready to uncap the correct way. You want me to do it again? Okay, you guys know how to do it, right? Okay, you uncapped, right? Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if it's easy for you guys to do it while you're holding a pencil or if you like to do it this way, right? So if you're comfortable holding it this way as you're going in, that's totally fine. Okay, never bring the vial to you, right? Never bring the vial to this. Vial stays on the counter, okay? Vial's not moving. I know, do not do it. You can hold it in place, for sure. Yeah, just don't bring it up off the counter. So you can hold it in place down like that and bring your syringe to it on the counter, but never up in the air like this. I'm only doing it so I can show you. Let me see if I can put this down. Okay, holding it down. Go ahead at a 45-degree angle, bevel up, and then straight down. So as you're entering, you're in the 45-degree, slant, right? And then when you get in there, you're going straight down. So this is the part where we're gonna flip it upside down. All right, let me hold it. Okay, so now I'm gonna use my other hand like this. Take the barrel, flip it upside down. See how I'm holding it here? I've got my 2 fingers here. I'm holding it single-handedly. I got these fingers holding the barrel up against it. I can feel that they're close together, right? So now you got it? Now I'm single-handedly. Okay, so you guys will, practice. Okay. So if you're already ready like that, those of you that have them, go ahead and slowly insert that air into the bottle. Right? Because the faster you do it, the more bubbles you're going to create. So once all your air is out, notice when I let go, it's already pushing because of that pressure. Did you let go and see how it's like? No. So it might not do a ton. Like mine pushed all the way to 1.5 mLs. But now I can use the flange only with this free hand to pull all the way. Now what I want to do is I want to go a little past 2 mLs. I want to go a little past it because notice you might have a gap, you might have bubbles, right? Because if you have bubbles, you want to, like if you have it at the top or on the plunger, you want to flick it really hard. So some people knock it like this, that's fine. I don't personally like that because if you're knocking on this, this can fly off my hand. So you want to flick it like you're gonna hurt somebody or knock something over like a domino, right? I want to flick the barrel and get those bubbles out of there to the top. Sometimes it's hard and they don't want it to come up. So you can switch between trying to knock, but like I said, the flicking.
I don't know, and I don't.
Yeah, I just drew one.
Okay, I don't even have enough for that.
There. And I have no bubbles in mine.
Nagdraw ka
I
na.
drew one, so I
I don't think I have enough for it.
How are we doing? Pretty good? You able to knock out those bubbles? I'm gonna check on everybody real quick.
I don't even know.
You gotta take your anger out on it. Where'd you do? You didn't even pull any down to the thing, that's why. Oh,
You put it
notice
in.
your needle is above the level of the water.
Yeah, so like, I don't
So
think.
you could pull it down a little bit to make sure it's below the surface. So one of the students had a good example. She didn't have a lot of liquid, so her needle was sticking up above the level. So look in your vial if you can, and make sure that that needle's not above the level, or else it's always gonna get air pulling in. You guys can see? Yeah, let's see.
I got it.
There you go.
Oh, what the heck?
What the heck?
I'll give it down a second.
Oh, so it might have got a little bit of pouring. Oh, yeah, go ahead and pull more. I don't know how much, if you have enough for the 2 mLs. If you don't have enough for the 2 mLs, you could do 1 ml if you know for sure it'll have it. 1.5? Nice.
I just did the one, but I see like the little bubbles here.
Oh, yeah, the top.
Janine, tingnan mo yung sa akin. oh.
All the
I don't have enough, and I have a bubble. Oops.
Oh, yeah.
keys for
I might not come out all the way.
Okay, that's irritating.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have to keep pulling it up as it goes down.
Oh.
What happened? What happened if the liquid comes out of the vial? It might have been poured. It might have now made like too big of an opening for the liquid to come out. Uh-oh. If they were used a lot too, if they were used by other students a lot too, it does happen sometimes. Oh, here we go.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works. That's good. Good. Okay, cool. So now, if you drew the medication, flip it back down, put it down on your counter. And I know Lindsay already did it. You want to pull straight out. Don't be trying to flick it around anyway. Straight out of the vial. And then remember to scoop it when I want to put my lid on. Yay!
Ah.
See, not so bad, right? The whole point is, of course, keeping it yourself safe and contaminated. Okay, so I think they have other students that are in practice, so if you want to do it again too, you can practice that again. Now, I wouldn't put it back in there. Nobody did? Okay. Since we already drew it up, I'll go ahead and let you guys add in bags. We'll do these colors, the color ones, since they're small. Yeah, this is just sodium chloride.
Mine still has like a little tiny bubble on the bottom that I can do.
Yeah.
Is that okay for practicing purposes?
Yeah, for practicing, So normally, like next week, this will be the whole process. So since you guys got to practice, next week when we are officially doing it, I'm not going to do the whole, like walk through it. I want to watch you do it.
With aseptic, whole thing first, and then we'll do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you mean the garden and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone have one? Did I miss anyone? Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, so do we have the bags so that they have something to inject in? It's okay if they're sharing it, just so they don't have to put it right back in the vial or anything. And then once they're done with that, we're done for today. So your practice IV bag, so just before you do anything with the injections, take your other alcohol pad. And you guys can watch me do it, I'm just, we're gonna practice again next week, so don't worry. And you see how one has a blue end and one is open. If you look at that open one, it looks kind of like a bullseye, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly straight through where you want that needle to go. So first, we're gonna sanitize, same thing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we want our bag laying down on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Uncap. Bevel side up. Watch it as you carefully go straight through that bullseye. Now, as you're going through, remember you could see it, the needle as it's going through that tube, and you can tell like not to go too far left or right because it'll puncture the bag. And then you can just inject your medication. Yep, and then take it out carefully. You can hold down the bag so it won't go with you. Scoop and cap. Yay!
Yay!
It's for the IV bag, you guys.
Yes.
Woo! Very nice. See, not so bad. And the more you do it, especially in a hospital setting or anywhere that you would be doing IVs, the more this is going to be like second nature. Just like filling is now for you guys already. Cool. All right, let's get ready to go. We get to do this again next week, and we're going to use these color bags for the chemo one, which will introduce the those to you. And the bigger regular sodium chloride ones for this, what we just did now. So needles, yes. Where do needles go? Sharks container. I guess we only have this one, but they took off the thin one. Oh, it's too full.
Tiny IV bags. Suspicion.
Shark container. Here we go. Whole thing right inside. Oh yes, so I'll keep the vials unless they're absolutely empty. Empty? Okay, well then we can toss them. Yeah, that's fine, we'll toss them. The bag goes under there under the hoods. That should be fine, right? Yeah, we can do that one. Cool. I got all the syringes? Awesome.
You guys rock.
Yay! Okay. Alrighty. Ooh.
Where's the IV?
Okay. Now you're welcome to throw away these gowns and booties, or if you want to keep your gown for next week, that's fine. Right now I just didn't have the Ziplocs to put them in. If not, that's fine. We have tons of them. So you could throw these ones away. It's just for practice. But next week I will have the Ziplocs for you, and you can keep your own in there. Yay! Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye. Nice to finally see everybody. Bye. What's up with you?
Yeah. So, ano na, goodbye na ako. Bye.